Imagine lying in a hospital corridor, surrounded by strangers in pain, with the haunting echoes of suffering reminiscent of a war zone. This is the grim reality of corridor care in UK hospitals, as revealed by a shocking report from Age UK. But here's where it gets even more alarming. Many elderly patients are now avoiding A&E altogether, even in life-threatening situations, due to the traumatic experiences they've endured. ITV News' Laura Jones highlights how first-hand accounts from seniors paint a picture of chaos, neglect, and indignity that no one should face in their time of need. The report uncovers heartbreaking stories of patients waiting endlessly in corridors, witnessing others die while they themselves are left unattended. A 79-year-old woman from South London described the scene as something out of a war film, with rows of patients on trolleys, hooked up to drips, moaning in agony. She recounted a particularly harrowing moment. "I was next to a man who was clearly unwell. After a long silence, his wife was led away, crying. I'm certain he died. Right next to me." And this is the part most people miss. These aren't isolated incidents but a systemic issue that's becoming the norm in overstretched A&E departments. The report details cases of patients dying from heart attacks while waiting, others being lost in disused corridors, and one man left hooked up to an IV drip for 20 hours, soiling himself because he couldn't reach a toilet. Age UK also highlights the dehumanizing conditions, with puddles of urine on floors and patients forced to use bedpans in public areas. One elderly man stayed awake for 36 hours straight, fearing for his wife's treatment, a stark reminder of the emotional toll this crisis takes on families. Here's the controversial part. While Health Minister Karen Smith acknowledges the issue, calling it unacceptable and undignified, some argue that the government's £450 million investment in urgent care centres and ambulances is too little, too late. With 44,765 patients waiting over 12 hours in A&E corridors in September alone, up from 35,909 in August, the situation is worsening, especially as winter approaches. Age UK warns that older people are disproportionately affected and demands a clear plan with deadlines to end corridor care. But is measuring the problem enough? Smith claims sunlight is the best disinfectant, but critics question whether transparency will translate into immediate action. What do you think? Is the government doing enough to address this crisis, or is this just another Band-Aid solution? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Meanwhile, subscribe to our weekly newsletter, https://itvnews.soupstock.com, for more exclusive insights, and don't forget to listen to our podcasts for a quick briefing on the stories that matter most.